hard to believe we're in the back of a K-truck.
All right, back to the shop.
Mini camper build, supplies right there. So tomorrow we're going to cut the windows in, and we've got the roof vents framed. We're going to add all the plastic siding. We still got a lot of hours ahead, but it's a good start. All right, we're back to work on the campers. It snowed. We had to shovel a pathway to get them back into the shop, but there they are. It's a long day. We got the windows in, doors painted, hatches installed, and they're looking good. We're headed into town to pick up a 2 kilowatt diesel heater from my buddy Kyle. The goal is to try to have this thing together by next weekend, and Stacy's coming back from Cabo, so I'm kind of hoping to be able to surprise her with a camping trip. All right, success. We got the diesel heater. Thanks, Kyle, if you're watching. Okay, so the diesel heater sits under the bunk space here. Fuel pump and everything else will be outside. Fuel line. These kits come with pretty much everything you need. Like, it's all plug and play as far as the wiring goes. I'm going to splice into that though to put a 12-volt socket on so I can plug into my battery box. There's a air intake, a muffler, tubing for everything, main outlet tubing, but they're pretty straightforward. So right now I'm priming the pump. It's just about to reach the fuel filter. So Michael's cutting a plate to hang the computer and the vent. He made one for his, and it was pretty rad. So.
Computer sounds pretty tech.
Computer. The computer. Let me show you the computer now. There it is.
Fuel injection system.
Yeah, the fuel injection system. You think it's got a bad head gasket? Look at all that smoke. I overprimed it. Woo! Getting warm in here. The diesel heater's on. 2 kilowatts finally all dialed in, running good. We got the roof vent cracked open, and heater controls are down here. See those in the outlet. As hot as it's getting in here, I think I'm probably just gonna end up running it and shutting it off at night. But pretty good. It's warm. Heated this thing right up. Okay, so the rain is super gnarly. It's a pretty big storm right now. That's Michael in front of me. We're gonna try to take a cut through the mountains and meet up with a friend of ours who's out on a fishing trip. We may have to camp tonight on the dirt roads. We'll see. But the goal is to make it down the coast, cut over this mountain range tonight, and see how the campers do. But it is just nasty. I don't know if the camera can do it justice, but it's dumping. The tricky part about this area that we're headed up to is that it has a tendency to wash out a lot, so hopefully there aren't any washouts and we can make it through. But this is going to be a good shakedown test for how waterproof the campers are.
I'm soon.
Well, that's not a good sign.
No. Well, we can ride up 5 miles and see if there's a spot.
See if we can get through?
I highly doubt if they put a sign like this, but we can go check.
All right. All right, so we made it past the washouts. I think they fixed it at one point. It looked like it started washing out again. It looked like a nasty spot to slide off of if you did. We're gonna go check it out up here. It looks like some trees down too. Yeah, I think we should be able to get through all this.
Oh yeah.
Kind of big tree, but the trucks are fairly low. You have to watch it on this side over here. It was looking bleak back there when we saw that sign, but I'm glad we kept moving because other than some down trees, we're able to kind of snake under. It looks like we made it through some of the worst of it, so we're going to be able to get through.
Push on. I think we got to climb quite a bit before we can kind of get over the highest point. And
there could be another washout too, who knows.
And some gnarly trees too. We've had a lot of wind and rain, so we'll see.
Worst case, we just camp for the night.
Oh yeah.
There's no stopping this rain right now too. There's a lot of water going through. So what did you think about those door latches when you first saw them, Michael?
A little on the cheap side.
So we just got out here. We're gonna eat some burritos. We're just on this dirt road. And I opened up the door and it just kind of flung open. I was like, oh, that's weird. I had it locked. But the whole latch came off. So you can see.
Well, they were like $16 for 2 canopy latches.
But it was like a mystery. We couldn't figure out where it went. Looking all over. Check this out.
Did you find it?
Oh, it's hiding underneath by the diesel heater.
There we go.
So that's good.
Lose it. Chintzy though, we gotta probably tack weld them on. I'm thinking.
Yeah, back in the game.
That's a little piece of hardware.
I got my tools. I'll get them out. That's good though. All right, cool. Well, if you want to hop in, start eating some burritos, I'm gonna grab some tools.
Okay.
Okay. Back in action. Got plenty of tools to take care of this. It feels good to stop driving for a minute. We're gonna roll in late, but it's like almost 10 o'clock at night right now. We still have a long ways to go.
Probably another hour.
Yeah, at least. That's all right.
It's Friday night.
Friday night. Burrito party. All right, so we made it out. That was a long haul. I'm tired, ready for bed. Camper's staying warm. The diesel heater fired right up, and everything's working good. But yeah, I'd say the first night in the camper was a success. They got us over through that logging road section, through all that rain, and stayed dry and warm last night, so it's good. It's cozy. The river's flowing like crazy right now too, so I'm gonna take a walk down there and check it out. The last time I was here, it was pretty low. We swam in it, but it's up high. All right, so I've run the diesel heater last night for quite a while. Yesterday when testing it, and this morning, and it was to this little line on the tank here, and now we're right here. So it used just about an inch of diesel out of this little 1 gallon tank, and it's been on running. Also, the battery box is doing really well too. It's still at like 85% after charging some stuff and running the diesel all night. We're gonna go zip down the highway and get some breakfast and start making our way home. But it was a success. The campers worked so good. Worked better than I expected them to. Okay. Thanks for the snack.
Yeah. Got some sausage.
Alright, so it's day 2 of the camper. I'm heading into work with it. It's about a 60-mile round trip for me. Some town driving, some back roads, and some highway. But I figured I'd take the camper in, run the diesel heater a little bit more, and make some lunch in it. So we're on the highway. Cruising about 57 right now. There's a steeper hill back there that I could only pull about 52 miles an hour on. That's alright. It just reminds me of cruising around in an old like Volkswagen bus or something. You can still drive anywhere. You're just not going to be hitting like 65 or 70. But you know what? Yeah, we've been doing about 55 and 60 on most of the stretches of this. But it's fine. It's a 2-lane right here. If somebody doesn't like it, they can go around me if they're in a hurry. Alright, we're at the shop. I'll show you around a little bit. Oh, there's these guys. Dalen.
Nice to see the mini-man.
Everybody knows who that guy is. And this guy's going to be building a camper pretty soon too. All right, this is Pasta's camper. This is his camper tour. The bunk, surf bag,
Salvage, right?
salvaged wood for his double bunk setup. His cooking area on the right. Made his curtains. High top. It's rad. Plus, you can still use it as a truck.
My doghouse.
It's awesome. Alright, so these are our cores. We make all those right here in this factory. Perfect timing.
Oh, what up?
Preston, he runs the night shift. He's been here forever.
Yeah.
There goes Steve.
Keeping it going.
Steve. Hi, buddy! So that was a quick factory tour. Long day, there's always lots of stuff going on in there. But I'm happy to be heading home. I've worked at Mervin Manufacturing since 1995. I do engineering there. I also worked in our facilities department. We built all kinds of different machinery and kept everything running for all the years. I worked in a lot of different departments in there. A lot of driving for me too. It's about a 60-mile round trip commute.
So happy right now.
Very good.
This is like, it just feels good.
It's kind of hard to believe we're in the back of a K-truck. So with this 2 kilowatt diesel heater, it'll pretty much cook you out of here. It's pretty hot. But usually you have to have the roof vent popped and maybe even a side door for this guy.
He was panting.
He's on watch. We're gonna go on a beach walk. Check it out. I think the tide's gone down enough. Seems like a pretty good spot to park. I'll take a fry, please.
Oh, sweet potato or tot?
Oh, either one. Thank you. Got another beach location and burgers. They left the onions off. That was good. This is diff lock parking only.
Diff lock parking only.
I don't want to get stuck.
We're good. We're good.
So my brother and I aren't the first people to build K-Truck campers. There's Car Factory Tarbo out of Japan. They make a great camper called Bug Truck. Those guys are really cool fellas. They do a lot of great work. So I think if I lived in Japan, I would like to meet them, or at least try to get a job working with those guys, because they seem like they have a lot of fun. There's a fellow named Tabby that built a really unique truck that works great for him. He runs a cool YouTube channel and cooks some awesome food and does some great camping. Check that out if you get a chance. He seems like a nice guy as well. There's two fellas, Henry and Charlie, that built a cool cabin on the back of one of their K-Truck for a snowboard trip, and you can look them up on Rhythm Japan. Lots of cool, unique vehicles built by innovative people all around the world on these tiny little platforms. But these trucks are unique to my brother and I. After 30 years of building campers and just being on the road and camping, I know exactly how much room I need to weather out a storm. If I'm stuck on the coast and a storm rolls in, or if we're up in the mountains and I'm snowed in for a few days, that diesel heater and that amount of space will keep me perfectly comfortable. And I like to travel light. I like to be compact, especially for something like this that's going to go on UTV and side-by-side trails and super overgrown logging roads and through past washouts and all kinds of stuff. I want to keep it light and nimble. My Dodge is large. It's a lot heavier, but it's also built for longer trips. We're going to cover a lot more ground with that truck, and we have. That truck's taken us to some really cool places. You could live out of that thing for weeks at a time. But this thing for local trips, sticking within maybe 100, 200 miles of my home, is perfect. Great little truck. Not all campers have to be giant.